Oh my God, it feels good.
Get out of here! Get out of here! On today's episode, we are making cheesecake, and it's gonna have pumpkin pie in the middle.
That's not my recipe.
What's your idea? And I don't really understand what's happening.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to
The best cooking show in the world.
Two Chefs.
And a knife.
And some grubs.
They have nothing to do with the video. I need some dopamine.
This one actually blends into your chef
It's
jacket.
nice, right?
Okay. We're setting the tempo, the spirit, the atmosphere, the energy.
But if you do want to follow these guys on TikTok, it's the Kerman Show on TikTok. It's nice, right?
Two favorite desserts that everybody loves this time of year is pumpkin pie and cheesecake.
Yeah.
So why not mash them together? But not just like a pumpkin flavored cheesecake. I'm thinking pumpkin pie baked with the cheesecake, right? That's nice, right?
It's nice.
It's nice. Hopefully it works out. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's another experiment.
So at the end of the video, if we're like, wow, this is actually delicious, it is purely, what's the word I'm looking for?
Genuine?
Genuine! That is the word, genuine.
Wait, is this sugar? It's nice.
Is that the good stuff?
Oh,
is that a
yeah.
fine cut?
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
That's the good stuff. All right, let's get into this bad boy. Bye, grubs. So like most cheesecakes out there, except for a Basque cheesecake, you have a crust on the bottom. So for this recipe, we're sticking with the classic graham cracker crust. So we have 1.5 cups of ground graham cracker. That's a hard one to say.
Yeah.
And 6 tablespoons of sugar. So there we go.
So we ground this up ourselves in the RoboCube, and you can even make it chunky. It's nice too.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it too fine, or you can go to the store and buy.
It's nice.
Or you can buy it already pre-ground.
If you want to use other things like Biscoff cookies, you could use chocolate chip cookies, you could use Oreo cookies, you could change it to whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
But for us, we're just sticking classic here. So we're doing 2 cakes, so I'm just doubling up. And then we also have 7 tablespoons of melted butter.
So the butter is, you just want to get it to the consistency that you want. You may need more or less butter. Because last time we didn't put enough, and then the first time we did it, I put way too much. So you might not need all that.
So you just want it, after you stir it, it's really wet, it binds together. We're just gonna go with it all. Yeah, we're just gonna get it all mixed, and then now we're gonna go like this.
So it's like wet sand. I think that's good.
Yeah,
you don't want too much.
And there we go. We're gonna do 2 different cheesecakes. We're gonna do our traditional in the release pan, and we're gonna try something weird. We're gonna do like an upside down cheesecake in a bud pan.
But
Ah, look behind you.
it's nice, right?
Ah, dopamine.
Is that for me?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try a reverse upside down cheesecake, putting the graham cracker on the bottom in the bud pan. Hopefully when we flip it over, it'll work. All right, so we're gonna divide the graham cracker into 2. We're gonna put half into this pan. Do you know what? If you honestly like more graham cracker on your cheesecake, feel free to add some extra.
I'm a pro graham cracker person. In fact, I only eat the graham cracker off the cheesecake and I leave the filling.
Okay, so the bud pan, we're just gonna pack it down as tight as we can.
You want to use the back of a spoon helps, or a back of a glass, or a measuring cup.
So far I'm just spreading it with my hand, then we would do that. Just trying to get an even coating first. Good. So the Chef Yam suggestion, we're gonna try the bottom end of our measuring cups. And we're just gonna kinda, oh, look at that, it works. So it's very important on this one that you wanna go right to the edge and pack it, because this is what's gonna stop your cheesecake from seeping down underneath it, because you don't want it underneath, you want the graham cracker on the bottom. So you can see how loose that is, that's nice. Then you go like this, give it a little rub. This one, because of the shape, we're just gonna go with a spoon. Yeah, we don't worry about leakage on this. This is just to make sure it's packed so that it kind of just stays on the top of the cheesecake, hopefully. So we don't have a bottom on our pan because someone lost it.
Yeah.
So that's why we use the foil too. But you also need the foil because when you go to bake it, you're gonna need it in a bain-marie. Bain-marie just means with hot water. So you're gonna bake 350 degrees for like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so we have 2 recipes, and the recipe will be either on the screen or in the description. Yeah, I put all the wet ingredients here, so I have the eggs, the sour cream, vanilla, and lemon zest all in this bowl. We have our sugar here, softened cream cheese here.
Room temperature.
Room temp. and we have cornstarch.
Yes.
So in our last recipe, we used a stand mixer. I suggest that if you have a food processor big enough, or you can do it in batches, use the food processor. It's so much easier.
I've never actually used the food processor. When Chef Yam showed me it, it is way easier and it's so much smoother and velvety, the finish.
I always thought it was just the common knowledge, but 1140 grams of softened room temperature cream cheese. So if you want to quickly soften cream cheese, you can put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in like some warm water to warm it up. Same with your eggs, if you want to do that as well. Just gonna put everything all in together. So I got
That's crazy talk. Who does that?
Yeah, right?
Are you breaking like all baking rules out there?
But this is a custard, that's different. I feel it's different. Okay, so I put the sugar in with the eggs, the vanilla, the sour cream, the zest. And then I'm just going to blend this before I put the cornstarch first.
I do have to say, I'm digging the green jacket, by the way.
Thanks. It's nice, right? Okay. It's so nice, right? And we got our cornstarch, 45 grams.
Wow, so fast.
Yeah.
Look how shiny and
Yeah.
smooth it is.
Like it took forever in the paddle, and then you're scraping the paddle.
Because it got all the cream cheese
It
knobs
was
on
so
it.
annoying. And you can hear me complain in my last video how much I hated it.
I'm gonna have to put the Chef Neil stamp of approval on this technique. If you have the food processor, definitely do the food processor.
But I also feel like this is a well-known technique.
No, it's not!
It
Nobody
is.
knows this!
Nobody in the
Nobody
comments.
knows this!
Everybody knows.
Nobody knows this!
Everybody wants a sushi! Everybody knows how to use chopstick. Everybody like a sushi, okay? Alright, that's good. You don't want too much air incorporated. And we're just gonna repeat the process. And that's it. Okay, it's time for the pumpkin filling.
Did you just call me pumpkin?
No.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want to call you pumpkin. I call you stupid face.
What's
Pumpkin head.
All right. So yeah, thanks. There's our cheesecake filling. It's all ready to go. That's the double recipe. We did the second batch off camera, so that's why there's so much. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, there's a gazillion pumpkin pie recipes out there.
I should be using Debbie's pumpkin pie recipe, but I don't know.
Sorry, Debbie, we didn't have time to contact you.
Yeah.
So we got pumpkin puree. This is non-flavored. It's just straight pumpkin. You can buy some in your stores that actually are called pumpkin pie mix. For this recipe, you got to make sure you just get plain old pumpkin puree. And we got sugar.
Did you say sugar?
Where is he? Look at this.
Oh, it's nice.
Pour some sugar on me.
Get out of here, Aunt.
Get out of here. We're trying to work here.
Yeah, God.
All right. So we're just going to mix the sugar and the pumpkin puree together.
This is really easy.
It's a really easy recipe. Don't feel free to just do this one by hand. You do not need a machine.
I feel like the hardest part of a pumpkin pie is the crust. So.
And eating it.
Yeah.
But because I don't really like pumpkin pie. But, so we're gonna add our spices in here. We had ginger, cinnamon, salt, and allspice. But you know what? Because this is our recipe, we're having fun with it. I think personally what goes fantastic with pumpkin is maple. So we're gonna add a little bit of maple extract. You can get maple extract in stores, specialty shops, whatever near you.
I think just in the baking section.
Baking section should have it, yeah. And then there we go. And then we're gonna add our 2 eggs. Into the bowl they go. We're gonna whisk these in. Oh yeah, looking like pumpkin puree already. Pumpkin filling. And last but not least, we have one 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. In she goes. We're gonna whisk that in. So we're just gonna use our little scraper, give it a little scrape down. As Chef Yam's complaining holding the camera, I'm still standing up here smiling, having a good time. All right, so I took these out of the oven. They've cooled down, so they're set. They're ready to be filled with the cheesecake. It's nice. Because I want it to be a duet of cheesecake and pumpkin pie, we're not gonna fill it all the way to the top. So I'm thinking we're gonna go just about halfway with our cheesecake filling. I'm gonna stop there. We're gonna scrape that off. And because we have a narrower gap in that one between the edges, we're gonna pour this into a measuring cup to help me out with the bundt pan. Just because Chef Yam always gets mad at me when I make a mess on camera.
Well, he just wants to get things over with, and then he makes more of a mess because he rushes it, and then I have to deal with the aftermath.
So here we go. So we're gonna try and get a nice pour around. I'm really hoping this bun pan one works.
Me too.
All right, so we're gonna flatten it out a bit. There we go. Same with this one.
That one's some fragile.
There we go. So now is the important part of baking the cheesecake is the bain-marie or water bath, whatever you wish to call it. It gets called several things. So we're gonna wanna just pour hot water into the pan. You wanna go about 1/4 to halfway up the cheesecake. And we're gonna do the same with this one. Just to get some water in there. Yeah, so I basically want to bake this just to get it kind of firm, but not fully cooked all the way yet, just so we can pour the pumpkin pie filling on the top. That's my goal and expectation of trying to do this, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
The pumpkin pie came out, but not the cheesecake.
Okay, good luck.
All right, into the oven we go.
Bye.
Bye. Ah!
So how long did you cook that for?
This was 20 minutes. So as you can see, after 20 minutes, it started to set, so I think that should be good. So it has a little bit of a dry, but as you see, it's loads of jiggle, so it's still liquid underneath.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use a ladle to pour the pumpkin pie filling gently onto the cheesecake filling. Look at that. You could use a measuring cup probably too, but I was just trying to be more gentle because I've never done this before, so.
That's what she said.
It's my first time. I'm scared, nervous.
Yeah, don't ram it in.
Okay, and then we're gonna go to this one now. It's nice. Okay, at this point, I think we've done it enough that we can actually just get the rest in there. We're gonna pick up the bowl. And we're just gonna get as close as we can. Just do a nice little gentle pour. Kind of get as close as we can. There we go, I think that's good.
Yeah.
We'll top this one up a tiny bit more. There we go, guys. Let's just use it all. Perfect. And then back in the oven we go. We're gonna keep it at the same temperature and let her go again. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Don't drop it.
You jinxed me by saying that. Okay, so we baked this for about an hour in total. As you can see, look. It's got a little jiggle, which is perfect. That's what you want.
It can come out?
I hope so.
I don't think so.
Hopefully it'll peel apart as it less.
I guess so.
So now we're just gonna let it sit on the rack now and cool.
If it doesn't work, we're just gonna eat it like that out of the bun cake. Okay.
Okay, other cheesecake slash pumpkin cake. It's got very minimal jiggle left to it. Oh, it sits nice. So we're gonna get it out of the water bath. As I said earlier, we don't have a bottom to ours, so we're gonna have to use a spatula to support it. So we're gonna slide it all the way to the end just so I can get the spatula flat and underneath. And then I'm gonna get the second one just so I can support both sides. You guys do not have to do this step, but
unless maybe there's somebody out there that lost the
bottom and show the pan is still good.
You know, in professional kitchens, they only use rings.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
There we go. Out of the water.
Now
we can unwrap the foil a bit just to let it help cool down. We're not taking it off the foil, we're just taking the foil off the sides just to let in some air around it. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So just try to loosen up around the edge.
This has cooled, right, for a few hours?
Cooled. So we're just gonna try to loosen up the middle a little.
We don't. It doesn't. Okay.
Ready?
Okay, it's just experiment. So if it doesn't work, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't use the video. Ready?
Yeah. Is it plastic or is it this thingy?
The pumpkin pie came out, but not the cheesecake.
Ah! I didn't line up. Ah! Okay, that's good enough. That's good, you did it!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Ah!
Okay, so a few tips. Put the pumpkin first.
Yeah.
And then the cheesecake.
It actually looks alright.
Yeah, that's not that bad. We forgot that the end is upside down, so the weight is a little uneven there.
Yeah, it would have been better to have it reversed. Okay, so this one is cooled and you can see it's starting to pull away from the edge, which is a good sign. It's what we want. So what you still want to do for security is get a paring knife right against the edge and just hold the knife really just flat against the edge and then just turn the cake. You're kind of like scraping the pan just so you don't cut into the cake. The part that's lifting up on the knife is actually just bits from the side of the pan. So here we go. Now we hit the switch. Ready? Beautiful. Ready for the reveal.
Yeah. That looks delicious.
Wow, that looks kind of good.
Good.
It definitely works better in this pan than but
Yeah.
All right, so like we said earlier, we don't have a base to this, so we're just gonna try to get a spatula.
Our crust is pretty sturdy. Like
It's very crunchy.
It's very, very crunchy.
That's nice.
It's nice. It looks good.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Got 3 layers of cake goodness here. We got the crunchy graham cracker layer, cheesecake layer, pumpkin pie layer. As usual, we get a hot knife.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, it's dipped in the middle a bit.
Yeah.
I think we baked that pumpkin pie
That's
longer.
good.
That looks nice.
That's nice.
It's nice, right? Oh my god, so good. That is insanely good.
The flavors just they complement each other so well.
It's, oh my god, I gotta click it. It's so good. I am without words. It's delicious.
It's nice, right?
It's nice. The crunch of the graham cracker with the cheesecake, and like you said, the cheesecake adds as like the whipped cream for the pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
But it's not even whipped cream. So good. Did you just pumpkin my cheesecake?
Yeah.
Well, glad one of us are working here getting the prep ready.
I'm watching.
Ah! I could do the worm.